Okay, so today we're going to be talking about how to do-it-yourself clean your outside condenser. This is very important because an outside condenser coil will greatly affect the efficiency of your unit. And so the first thing we want to do is we want to make sure that our thermostat is turned to off, and then we want to turn the breaker off and or the disconnect on the outside. Michael's going to show us how to find the disconnect right here. And we want to make sure that there's no power going into the system. You don't want to clean this unit with 220 volts coming into the unit. And so the first thing that we want to do is we want to check to see if the system's level. We've already done so. And so now we're going to begin the cleaning process. First thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the housing that holds the condenser fan motor. We remove the screws on it right here. And then we'll pull that housing off and we'll clean the inside of the unit. You'll notice the inside of the unit is covered with leaves. It's a good idea to keep shrubs and trees away from the condenser unit so that you don't have leaves falling in. This particular home has a tree right next to the unit, and as the leaves fall, they fall right down into the condenser housing. After we clean the unit on the inside, then the best way to clean the coil is for you to take a hose from the inside and spray the coil from the inside out. You do not want to use a power washer to do this, nor do you want to use a very high pressure setting on a hose nozzle. You just want to use something that would be about the same as putting your thumb on the water hose and rinsing out this coil. You want to start at the top and work your way down. This is going to push the dirt that has been pulled into the coil from the outside by the fan. It's going to push it back out, and it's going to allow for air to flow through the coil very cleanly, very clearly, and it's going to remove the heat that your refrigerant picked up inside your home. This is what the condenser is designed to do, is to take the heat it picked up from inside your home and push it outside. If these coils are dirty and the air can't flow through them and remove the heat, then the refrigerant is going to go back inside your home warmer than it should be. You can see how the water is coming out. Hopefully the video shows that the water is kind of murky and dirty and dusty. That lets you know that the condenser coil was full of dirt, dust, pollen, and not allowing for the refrigerant to cool very well. Some companies will recommend a chemical clean that will clean the coils a little bit better than the hose cleaning does. However, it's highly corrosive and is damaging to the coil, especially if it's left on too long.
part of the video will be for ream and rood condensers only.
Ream and rood condensers that have this rectangular shape are going to have a opening here on the right hand side that you remove some screws to remove this panel, and allows you to access this external part of the coil, which is about 25% of your heat removal process. And you'll see that it's very dirty, and we're going to be able to very clean this coil out really well from out here from the outside. Of course, you would never want to be doing this with the power on, because you have 220 volts of power right here in this area where you see Michael's finger pointing. Even with the power off, you want to try to keep the water out of that area.
It's also good practice to wait about 10 minutes after you're done washing the coil to let it completely dry before you put the power back onto the unit.
So after you're done cleaning the system, then you want to, of course, put the condenser fan motor screws back in place, put the housing that covers this particular area that we just went to back on. You want to make sure you get the screws in properly, and then, of course, like Michael said, you want to let the unit dry, and then turn the unit back on, and turn the AC on, and the system will be running much more efficiently for you. Of course, if you feel uncomfortable doing any part of this, then it would be recommended that you seek professional assistance with it. Again, this is a do-it-yourself method of cleaning your outside condenser.